An unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Barcelona, Europe's most explosive attack, averaging a goal every 23 minutes. Inter Milan, the steel-clad Sentinels, conceding just 5 goals all tournament. This isn't just a semi-final, it's a war of ideologies. Under Hansi Flick, Barca's youth revolution burns brighter than ever. Lamine Yamal, 17, terrorising defences with Messi-esque audacity. Rafinha, the Brazilian whirlwind. Lewandowski, the veteran assassin. A bench so deep, even substitutes like Firmino and Torres could start for any club in Europe. But Inter? They've been here before. Simone Inzaghi's black and blue legion, seasoned, scarred and ruthlessly pragmatic. Lautaro Martinez's cold finishing. Thuram's relentless pressing, a defence that weathered Bayern's storms. Yet cracks lurk beneath the armour. Inter's with a couple of ageing legs versus Barca's blistering pace. Flick's high-octane press versus Inzaghi's low-block labyrinth. One misstep, one moment of hesitation, and this tie could unravel in seconds. Will Yamal's fearlessness pierce Inter's fortress, or will Martinez turn Barcelona's 17 goals conceded into a nightmare? The answer lies in a battle where every pass is a dagger, every tackle a detonator. History whispers caution. Legends are forged in fire, but in this clash of eras, only one truth remains. When Barcelona and Inter Milan collide in Europe, history isn't just written, it erupts. A rivalry spanning 65 years, etched in comebacks, chaos and cult heroes. From the European Fairs Cup to the Champions League, this is a feud where legends are born and dynasties crumble. 2009-10, Mourinho's masterpiece versus Guardiola's giants. San Siro, April 2010. Jose Mourinho's Inter, a band of warriors, faced Barcelona's tiki-taka titans. Messi, Xavi, Iniesta. Fresh off a historic treble. The first leg, a 3-1 Nerazzurri blitzkrieg. Pedro's opener was met with Sneijder's thunderbolt, Maicon's surgical strike and Milito's dagger. Mourinho's men outpressed, outfought, outpsyched Barca, with Lucio sacrificing teeth to stop Messi. Camp Nou, second leg, a 96-minute siege. Thiago Motta's red card, Julio Cesar's gravity-defying saves, Piqué's late goal igniting Barca's remontada hopes, Bojan's disqualified winner. Inter, down to 10 men, clung on like gladiators, their 3-2 aggregate triumph immortalised in sprinkler-soaked celebrations. The treble-winning underdogs had slayed the dragon. 2022-23, chaos in the group of death. San Siro, October 2022. Hakan Çalhanoğlu's 30-yard missile silenced Barca, a goal born from Inter's defiance against Xavi's possession onslaught. 8 days later, Camp Nou hosted a 3-3 thriller for the ages. Dembele's opener, Barella's reply, Lautaro's post-rattling stunner, Lewandowski's double, Gozan's 89th minute heartbreaker. Then Lever again in stoppage time, a rollercoaster ending with Inter's bench flooding the pitch, their 4-point sealing Barca's group stage exit. 2 games, 7 goals, and a lesson. Inter's grit could outlast even Barca's sorcery. The ancient feud, Fairs Cup fire, 1958 to 1970. Long before the Champions League, this rivalry burned in the European Fairs Cup. 1958, Helenio Herrera's Barca crushed Inter 8-2 on aggregate, Rebbe and Kubala running riot. 1970, revenge. Boninsegna, the Nerazzurri's fox in the box, bagged 3 goals across 2 legs, eliminating Barca and foreshadowing his World Cup heroics for Italy. Herrera, later Inter's Catenaccio architect, became the thread tying these giants, proof that destiny loves irony. 2024, history repeats, but who rewrites it? 14 years after Mourinho's miracle, the stakes are identical. A UCL final berth, Inter, still masters of resilience, now face a Barca reborn under Flick. Young, fearless, 37 goals scored. Yet ghosts linger. Boninsegna's shadow, Sneijder's spirit, Çalhanoğlu's cannon strikes. For Barca, it's a chance to bury Camp Nou's demons. For Inter, another chapter in their underdog epic. 2 clubs, 1 truth. When these titans clash, football always wins. Let's get to some analysis now. But before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Simone Inzaghi's Inter don't just defend, they suffocate. A 3-5-2 morphing into a 5-3-2 Iron Curtain. Compact, disciplined and ruthlessly pragmatic. Against Bayern, they showcased a blueprint for slaying giants, low block resilience, rapid transitions and dead ball wizardry. Defensive structure, the Italian wall. Inter's back three, Bastoni, Acerbi, Pavard, anchor Europe's meanest defense. Bastoni, the left-side conductor, steps into midfield with diagonal missiles. Acerbi, the ageless sentinel, marshals the line with 92% dual accuracy. Pavard, the hybrid CBFB, underlaps to overload flanks. Behind them, Sommer's 8 saves versus Bayern were a clinic in goalkeeping ice. Out of possession, Inter's 5-3-2 swarm stifled Bayern's 20 attempts. Wingbacks Darmian and DiMarco tuck in, squeezing spaces. Barella and Mkhitaryan hunt in packs, while Çalhanoğlu drops as a register, intercepting 12 passes. Forced wide, Bayern's crosses met with Acerbi's 7 clearances and Bastoni's 4 aerial wins. Set-piece alchemy. Trailing 1-0, Inzaghi's men struck twice in 3 minutes from corners. Latoro's poachers' instinct and Pavard's thunderous header exploited Bayern's zonal, marking chaos. No team has more UCL set pieces than Inter's 9 this season. Inzaghi's rehearsed routines turning dead balls into daggers. Counter-attacking chess. When Inter break, it's lightning in a bottle. Thuram's 6.8-kilometer sprints stretch defenses, while Martinez drops to link play, creating space for Barella's late runs. DiMarco's overlaps, 4 key passes versus Bayern, and Çalhanoğlu's 60-yard diagonals are the triggers. Against Barça, this transition fury will target their high line. The Inzaghi formula. Compactness, opportunism, nerve. Inter's UCL run isn't about possession, 43% average, it's about controlled chaos. They absorb pressure, then strike with surgical set pieces or rapid counters. Against Bayern, 83% pass accuracy in their own half, 14 clearances and 0 errors prove their tournament grit. Barcelona's UCL campaign is a paradox. 37 goals scored, Europe's deadliest attack, yet a 17-goal defensive league that nearly sank them in Dortmund. Under Hansi Flick, they play with kamikaze courage, a high press, high-line system that thrills and terrifies in equal measure. Attack. Blitzkrieg with a youthful pulse. Lamine Yamal, 17, and Fermin Lopez, 21, embody Barca's gamble on genius. Against Dortmund, their 12 progressive carries sliced through transitions, while Lewandowski's false 9 mastery forced Benzema's own goal. Even on an off night, Barca's bench, Pedri, Torres, offers game-changing depth, a luxury few rivals match. Defense, the Achilles heel. Araujo's catastrophic error for Guirassi's hat-trick goal exposed Barca's fatal flaw, highline hubris. Koundé's missed sitter, 40th minute, and Koundé's 3 lost duels highlighted rare fragility. Flick system demands suicidal bravery. Fullbacks invert, CB step into midfield. When it works, it's art. When it fails, chaos. Flick's calculus, control versus chaos. Despite the 3-1 loss, Barca's 65% possession and 14 shots showcased their DNA. Flick's men outpassed Dortmund 589 to 312, but their 22 defensive third turnovers kept the tie nervy. The secret? Mental resilience. Even rattled, they adapt, dropping into a 4-4-2 mid-block to blunt Dortmund's wings, trusting Ter Stegen's 5 saves to survive. When Barcelona and Inter Milan clash, it's not just teams that collide, it's ideologies, legacies and warriors destined to rewrite history. Let's break down the titanic duels that will decide this semi-final. Yamal, 17, dances with Messi's audacity, slicing inside on that lethal left foot. But DiMarco, Inter's left side titan, combines relentless stamina with 4 clearances per match. In October's 3-3 thriller, Yamal ghosted past him once, only for DiMarco's 89th minute equaliser to steal the spotlight. Can the teenagers' 4.3 key passes per game bend Inter's left flank, or will DiMarco's 32 recoveries per 90 turn Barca's wonderkid into a ghost? Ferran Torres, Barca's opportunistic in-chief, thrives on late runs and half-space poaching. But Acerbi, 36, is defiance personified. 92% aerial duels won, 0 errors leading to goals this season. In their 2023 clash, Torres' ghosted movement forced Acerbi into a yellow card, but the Italian's last-ditch block denied a certain goal. With Lewandowski sidelined, can Torres' 4 goals as a sub exploit Acerbi's aging legs, or will Inter's defensive patriarch turn Barca's false 9 gamble into a dead end? Pedri's 91% pass accuracy weaves Barca's attacks, his movements as fluid as Iniesta's. But Çalhanoğlu, Inter's set-piece sorcerer, disrupts rhythms with 2.3 interceptions per game. Their 2022 duel saw Pedri compete 12 progressive passes. Yet, Hakan's 30-yard missile stole the headlines. This chess match in midfield could decide who controls the tempo and the tie. Rafinha's 7.2-kilometer sprints per game test even elite defenders. But Dumfries, Inter's 6'2" pitbull, thrives in physical duels. 3.1 tackles per 90, 82% success rate. In their 2024 group clash, Rafinha roasted him twice, but Dumfries' last-ditch block saved Inter's clean sheet. Will Barca's Brazilian outpace the Dutch giant, or does Dumfries' aerial dominance, 4.21 per game, neutralise that threat? Koundé, Barca's reformed CB, has silenced critics with 87% tackle success, but Lautaro, Inter's captain carnivore, feasts on hesitation. 14 UCL goals, 6 from first touches, their 2022 duel saw El Toro nutmeg Koundé before rifling a winner. This time, redemption or repeat. History whispers of Mourinho's 2010 masterclass, of Ronaldinho's Parisian magic, of Bonasegna's ice-cool finishes. But this is 2025, a new chapter, a new war. Will Barca's blitzkrieg youth overwhelm Inter's iron resolve, or will Inzaghi's Centenario 2.0 silence Camp Nou once more? The pitch is set, the Giants are ready, but in this clash of souls, only one truth remains. Who writes the next page? Comment your predictions.